everybody, and welcome to a very special BB recap and spoilers show. We have so much to get to on this show with John Richardson. But first, I have to tell you guys a few quick things. Number one, if you guys missed any of our past shows, they're over on the website, yourrealityrecaps.com/BB20. But I think you guys know where we're doing the shows daily. It's been really hard this season. We do them daily over at yourrealityrecaps.com/YouNow. Become a fan over there. Subscribe over there too. It's where you can really watch every show. The only shows I put on the website for Big Brother 20 are like our recap, our spoiler shows, and at the end of this month, the shows with the house guests. Because if you don't know, become a patron. yourrealityrecaps.com/patron. Patrons get access to the patron-only group, weekly shows for patrons, prize giveaways for patrons, and, oh yeah, meal kits, John's meal kits, more on that in a minute. But when we have the house guests on, starting in about 2 weeks, they'll be here live on YouNow taking all of your questions. Another reason you should fan us here on YouNow so you're alerted when we go live. But then we're going into the patron group for the after shows. And let's face it, that's where all the real tea comes out. Or it's the end of the season. Maybe you loved our coverage. Consider doing a one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal if you would like us to keep doing shows going forward. If not, don't become a patron, don't do PayPal, and don't subscribe. I don't care. But we give away good prizes. Case in point, here's John Richardson. Hi, John.
Hi.
I'm so excited to talk this week's Big Brother with you.
Oh my God, me too.
But before we talk Big Brother, I feel like people don't get it, John. And look, I fully admit I've been lazy. We even have Amy and live feed updaters and Lindsay helping and covering Big Brother and Becca blogging. It's just too much for one person to do. So I realized I'm being lazy by not putting every single show on the website. I just can't. That's why we have you now.
Exactly.
And you know what else happens on
And you know what else is really due too is if you easily to subscribe to YouNow, you instantly have all the shows. You can go back in time. You can watch us grow old gracefully.
You could watch us grow old gracefully here on YouNow. But here's what people don't know, John, and I feel like this is a good thing to tell them.
Mm-hmm.
John does cooking shows here where he talks reality TV and cooks a meal with you guys. And you know what else he does? He gives away meal kits.
I do. Martha Stewart meal kits.
You might think that we're being paid to give these away. You might think that they give them away to John for free. In fact, they don't. And John just gives them away to you guys because he loves you.
Yes.
And now I heard, John, you're going to give away a week's worth of Marley Spoon Martha meals on this show to the number one fan.
Absolutely.
More giveaways.
Yes, more giveaways.
Well, I love it. Maybe we should send one to Nicole and Victor as a wedding gift.
We should. Oh my gosh. Okay, you know what? That's a good point to start jumping on that train because, you know, you and I have our experience with Nicole. Mm-hmm. We had that weekend from hell with Nicole. It wasn't her most flattering, but you know what? First of all, I love the length of her hair now. I'm so glad the bun's gone.
Okay.
Secondly, I didn't even recognize Victor without the hair and without the beard. I was shocked. It's going to be like you. If you ever shaved your beard, we're going to be like, where's Eric? We don't even know where he is. I really am happy for them. I think they are a great couple. And, you know, we had a one-off weekend with Nicole. Yes, it left its sour taste in our mouth for a while, but I'm willing to say, you know what? I want to see how this plays out. Again, like even what you tweeted, we want to see some BB babies, right? We've got Rachel and Brendan, and yeah, I think it's great. And it was great to see Brittany, and it was great to see Derek. And I loved Derek's play-by-play of what's going on this season. I thought he was on point.
And generic. All right, I need to roll back. For a minute. I'm going to roll back to what you said. I, too, agree. Look, here's my bottom line. I love love. I was crying at the Victor and Nicole engagement. I was very
You
emotional.
were not crying.
Oh, I swear to you, I was crying. Now look, I will just say
Did you
this.
step on some glass? What do you mean you were crying? About what?
I just love romantic gestures.
Even from people that you've had bad experiences with.
I feel like the bad experiences were so many years ago that it's just time to move on. I can still be.
So
Look,
you're
Jen,
forgiving?
I was forgiving after it happened. Jen, here's the thing. Holding a grudge is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. I don't have time to hold grudges
Sorry, I
and be
need to see
upset
what
about it.
color the sky is. Oh, it's still blue. Okay.
It's still blue,
Okay.
John.
Yeah. Even over here.
I've moved on. What am I going to do? Spend my whole life not liking someone because of one interaction with them?
I can name a few names.
I think that I'm happy for them. I
I
mean,
am.
look, it was a little awkward. Like, see, I just wanted to be able to say I'm really happy for them because I really am, and
Yeah.
then move on. But I mean, I thought she'd be a little happier.
Well, I think there was that one point in the confessional when they were sitting together
Yeah.
when she said, I won the money and I won the guy. And he kind of looked at her a little bit and
Well, he
she's like,
laughed.
oh, did I say it wrong? Oh, he laughed, but it was like, oh, should I have said you first and then the money? Or I'm sorry, it's a horrible accent of her,
You
but
just have to
yeah.
not breathe out of your nose.
But it was a weird little thing, and I'm like, ooh,
It
that's not
was
good.
weird. And like
It's weird.
I don't know if that was production like being shady towards me. I mean, if you tried to create like this whole big romantic moment, I felt like I was sitting at dinner across from like a couple that were arguing and now it's like all awkward. Like I feel like the
Right.
edit took this happy moment and then gave
hmm
us like, no, this is what it's really like. Is weird. I didn't. I thought.
It
I
was
mean,
a little Bachelor in Paradise, to be honest with you. It was a little weird.
it was a
And
little
you,
bip.
and you girls in the chat room know what I'm talking about because I got hooked onto the season a little bit. I got sucked in. Yeah, it
I
was a little weird. And I was
Kathy.
and I was shocked to see Danielle's husband wasn't there. He's also a BB
He
person as
was
well.
there.
Yeah.
He was there,
Oh, he was.
but not in the house. He was backstage,
Oh,
but didn't
why
get
wasn't he
put
in the
in.
house? Isn't it a couples thing? Like I wanted Rachel and Brendan there, couples. I know Brittany's husband isn't a BB person, so I didn't expect him to be there. But I expect when I saw Danielle, I expected her husband to be in the house, right?
I mean, I have a feeling it was probably because they just had the baby, so maybe he needed to like be
Nurse it.
not nurse it, but maybe he needed to, be in the back with the baby. I mean,
Just
I don't know why. I
put it
don't.
on his tit.
I mean, just have a moment with the baby. I mean, look,
Hurts a lot.
here's a
Oh,
photo that Derek tweeted out. You can see
yes,
Dominic is
nice. Yeah, in the red hat.
right behind her. So I mean, yeah, I think he just had to be with the baby. I don't understand. I don't understand why you just can't take the baby and just put it on the couch and then go film your scene and then come back and then the baby is still on the couch.
And what about the staff? Is there staff around here that could hold the baby for a little bit?
Oh, I think they're probably trying not to get molested. Oh, don't worry, John. We have some hot topics
I
to
don't
get
think
into.
Les is on the set.
We have some hot topics to get into on this show. Baby on the the baby might cry. Put a pillow over its face. Stop it from
It's a
crying.
baby.
What do you even do with a
That's what we
baby?
want Nicole and Victor to have babies. I mean, it should be couples and baby. Why wasn't the baby in his hands during the thing?
I
Walk
know,
into the house.
Well, imagine how annoying it would be to do that scene if the baby just started crying.
Well, I can understand if the baby, we don't want the baby being held in the middle of a comp, but there was no comp. They were just hanging out.
Do you think that she knew? Do you think that Nicole, knew that was going to happen?
Of course she did.
You do? You really think she did?
I kind of do.
Let me ask you this. Would you want, in chat room, I want to know what you think too, would you want would you want a
No,
proposal in that
no.
fashion?
I don't like surprises. Terry did a surprise party for me 1 year, and he he's still paying for it emotionally.
I see. Well, Lori Starr in the chat room is saying, I think she knew. Sherry said no. Maximus' mom wouldn't. Yanisa wouldn't. All right. I agree with you. If she knew, I mean, she just didn't seem that emotional to me for someone that was just
Right.
getting proposed to. I was crying. Let's put it this way.
I cried at my own surprise party because
I
I didn't
was,
know anything about it.
I was crying more than Nicole. That was just my only
Hmm.
why I found it weird.
Yeah,
BB Boston said she got paid to do it. I don't know that we know that
of
as a
course she
fact.
did. They all get appearance fees. Absolutely, they do.
Oh, well, I'm sure they get appearance fees, but good
Oh,
point.
she appeared. Yeah, I'm probably gonna pay for a wedding.
She was in shock, says Carrigo. I agree. Maybe she was in shock. I personally would never
Yeah,
want that.
I
I would
wouldn't either, and I'd give her in shock. Absolutely.
I give her in shock. I feel
Hmm.
like people
And
like
I think it was right for her to say I won the money and I won the guy. She left with another guy. She wasn't with Victor. They were just friends. They were kind of acquaintances. So yeah, she won the money first, then she won the guy.
yeah.
Right?
Oh,
That's the
100.
order. Yeah.
Did you see what Corey tweeted out? The guy that she left with?
No, no.
Corey tweeted out and said, and I quote, I wonder if I'll be invited to the wedding since I paid for it. Meaning he got Nicole the win. Meaning he's the reason Nicole won. So
Well, maybe you should have stayed with her.
I was like, oh, Corey's being shady booth. I
That
was
is shady,
like,
babe.
oh my God. I honestly, here's the thing. I feel like people like you, John, people like me, live a lot of the time. You're live a lot of the time here doing shows, cooking shows, reality TV. I'm live talking on here. I feel like you do stand up comedy. I feel like we're people that don't have a lot of privacy. So maybe like we feel that because we want to keep some things in our lives private. Like, in other words, I would want my proposal private. I wouldn't want my proposal on television for the whole world to see. Like, I would want it to be my moment with the person that I
I
love.
would want the pictures or the video shared later,
Yeah, later.
but
I'm
not
fine with
the
later.
moment. Not the moment.
Not the
Yeah,
moment, I agree. They need to not let the moment not be a moment.
right.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Won the money first.
Now, here's what else I found interesting in this moment is, like you said, you wheel in these past house guests, Paul, and Josh, and Brittany, and then Danielle Donato. Now, here's the first little awkward thing. Paul and Victor do not get along.
I know.
They're not friends. So, that,
But
and
I
then
mean, they had that big thing, but then are they still not friends? Or I thought they made up.
I mean, if you are to believe, and I should say, Victor has not said that he's not friends, and Paul has said that he's not friends, but I'm just saying the Twitter story that I felt we've heard for the past since their season ended was that they're just no longer friends. Not that there's any ill will, but just like they
Of
grew
course.
apart, they're not friends anymore. So it was
Like
interesting
the
to see that.
housewives, we'll just be cordial to each other, but we're not
Right.
friends.
Right, exactly. So maybe this brought them back together, so that's great. And
I
don't
don't
get me
think this
wrong,
did.
Brittany is my all-time favorite person. I mean, of all
I
the
know.
of all
I
the
love Britney too.
shows,
Yeah.
of all the shows that I had to not be in New York for, I missed the exciting eviction show and the show where Britney's back in the house so nobody gets my live tweeting reactions to it. But I was thrilled to see Britney and Danielle Donato, two of my favorite players ever.
They both look gorgeous.
And I thought they would use it to kind of like parlay into the fact that they're doing, or that Britney's doing Amazing Race. But they didn't. So that was weird.
Well, like you said, the staff has a lot of other things on their mind.
Staff does have a lot of other things on.
Other shows don't want to get coincide with other shows, co-mix, co-mingle.
Well, let's talk about that a little bit, John. Let's talk about the first little, issue on Twitter. I'd like to know if you believe this or not. Of course, we have Real Vegas, who's our Twitter spoiler,
Mm-hmm.
who we cannot deny has correctly spoiled things about the show in the past. I do not deny that at all. It's when he kind of comes up with, or she comes up with, like these opinions that I don't really know how to take them. So, for example, he tweeted out 2 days ago, Big Brother has still not been renewed for season 21. After a summer of issues, most all are panicking a lot about. Les just resigned, so we all know Les Moonves, Julie's husband, just resigned from CBS, and Julie's team has not told the Big Brother producers if she will come back, even if it is renewed. No deal, and no deal is in place for future seasons. So, are we, obviously we know Big Brother is at this moment not being renewed, and we don't know if Julie's coming back.
We
or
know
not.
for this moment it's not been renewed.
Correct.
And we don't know if Julie's coming back because she's upset about everything happening to her husband at this point in time. Yeah, of course it's true. I believe that. Do I think Big Brother will not be renewed? I think it will be renewed.
That's the part that I found interesting, because then he kind of went on to be like, ratings are the lowest ever. They're not doing.
Season.
It's so not true.
Not this season. This is a great season. Everybody is loving this season.
Not only has everyone loved this season, hashtag Big Brother, or like hashtag BB20, hashtag BB19, for the last 3 years has been the number 2 most searched term across all social media
platforms. Yeah,
the number 2 in the world.
Don't forget about even the profits they make off the feeds.
Trump became president within the past 2 years, and it still beat Trump.
It still beat Trump.
So no, Big Brother is not going anywhere.
They're just trying to figure out what's going to happen, and they're playing their scenarios out just like they should on Big Brother, period. Mm-hmm. What do we do if Julie doesn't come back? How do we spin this? How do we do this? Who would be a great replacement for this? Brittany.
Who would you want to see replace Julie?
Brittany.
Oh my God, I would die.
Died? Don't you think it should be like a Big Brother player, a big one? I would love Brittany. Can you imagine?
See, I feel like, and oh God, I don't want everyone to kill me. I feel like everybody is going to be like, we want Dr. Will, we want Dr. Will. I really don't. No. I love Dr. Will. I think he played one of the best games ever. You know what else I think? I think that ship has sailed.
I think that ship has sailed and sank, and it's with the Titanic at the bottom of the sea. I don't mind Dr. Will either. I thought he also played a good game. The thing that I don't like about Dr. Will is I really wish he would steer the jury members towards voting who played the game better and not this bitter jury. We're going to have another bitter jury, and Rockstar's probably going to lead them all in it, and I just really wish, the last 2 years, I even tweeted him going, please tell them not to be so bitter. You know what I mean? Marissa won because there was a bitter jury. Paul won because there was a bitter jury, and I guess it can depend on what game you play, but as far as being strategic and stuff, that's who I want to see win. That's what we're here to see, right?
I think he tries, but I don't think his 1 or let's even say 3 hours with them is enough to undo the bitterness. Tries.
He's lounged back, his legs are crossed. He seems like he's like, am I almost done kind of thing the last time. So
the thing was
more effort into it. I want to see Gina Marie effort into it. Just
you love Gina Marie.
I know, but she gets her point across, and I want to see him get his point across.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. We saw how he did with backyard interviews. I think a lot of us agreed. Was that last year or 2 years ago when he did the backyard interviews? It just wasn't great.
No.
I don't think, I don't know. I think he's great playing Big Brother. I don't think he's great hosting stuff.
Running his business, being a doctor. I'm sure he's great. I'm sure he's great in a consult, but I don't know if he should be interviewing, just like, what's his name that moved on? Jeff. Jeff wasn't great with the house guest interviews. But I have watched him on that new show, and I do actually like him on that show. Have you watched it? I forgot what it
No.
was called. The show he
Oh,
left.
yeah, must be
Yeah.
great.
No, it is much better. He's much better.
I'm sure he does do much
Maybe he was
better.
getting touched backstage. I don't know.
Is it on CBS?
Well, he was on CBS. He wasn't good on CBS, but now he's better now that he's off CBS.
Interesting. Oh, Daily Blast Live, says Blanca
Yes.
Blue. Daily
Yes.
Blast Live.
And
All right.
he's much better on Daily Blast Live than he was.
Do you think Derek would do good? I see people in the chat room
Oh
saying...
my God. Yes. Derek would be really good too.
I agree. I think Derek would do good. Amanda says somebody with personality would have to do it. Somebody like Eric or Rob. Well,
here's
look.
the thing too. That's a great pick as far as Derek being a great pick. He knows the game. I mean,
Correct.
you said his commentary, last week or whatever was generic. I thought it was kind of on point because he had different perspectives for different people, and he has to say it in a certain amount of time. And I thought he was
Sure.
pretty on point about as far as what people should do. Maybe somebody that actually watches the show as the host would probably be a good replacement.
No, I agree with you on that. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. I just think so many people were like, "Oh my God, Derek gave such amazing insight," and I was like,
Well, I thought it was great. I tweeted great.
maybe you should watch these shows then, because then I got some mind-blowing revelation for you if you thought that was great.
I have.
It was just like, all right. It was like stating the obvious. Great job. Lost in Cruise says, do an entire revamp if Julie doesn't return. Bring in a host from an international season, a slightly new format, and cast people similar to OTT or Big Brother 20. I would love to see Arissa host. I mean, hands down, I think Arissa from Big Brother Canada hosting our Big Brother would be life-changing.
Yeah.
She loves fans. She loves interacting with, with fans. She's for the fans. What?
David Thielen's like Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey. Yeah, it would be very interesting.
That would be good. I would see Ross Matthews.
I would love Ross. I would love to see Ross doing it. Maximus Mom wants a past house guest hosting every week. Oh, hell no.
Oh, no.
Don't. I mean, first of all, it's a Maximus Mom idea, so nope.
Ah.
And then no.
Merci, no. Maximus Mom.
Yeah, nope.
No, I understand how it would be neat, but I mean, everybody would be so different that the energy would fluctuate so much episode to episode that it would give you a tummy ache. You need some Dramamine.
No, you need
Omarosa.
consistency.
Yeah.
I honestly, I would not mind Omarosa hosting. Can't stand her. I think she's literally the devil reincarnated and placed on Earth. That being said, I would literally love to watch her. Like, it should be to give them motivation to stay in the house.
Mm-hmm.
If you're evicted, Omarosa feasts on your carcass. There actually is no exit interview. She literally just sprouts horns and eats your heart out of your chest hole.
See, I think if Arissa came and hosted U.S., that Ika Wong should host Canada.
I think Ika would be a great Canada host, but I don't know why Arissa could do both. They don't overlap. Arissa could do both.
Brandy Glanville, Mama.
No, we don't need Brandy Glanville. You think Julie doesn't know anything? At least Julie's able to listen to the interns.
And speak without a lisp because she's not slurring.
Right. Like, Brandy would be like, I only want the hot insurance, the one that has sex with me.
Brandy would take off her top and just have the pasties on. See everybody! Yeah.
Oh, my lord. Jeff, because we can't have nice things. It'll never be Jeff.
No, Jeff is gone, Maximus Mom. Go to whatever that link was. Almost Live.
Blast Live.
Blast Live.
No, it was something. News Blast Live. Fun
News
Blast Live. Reality Blast Live.
It rolls off the tongue. Yeah.
Either way, don't put Blast Live into your name. I don't like it.
Kathy Griffin.
That would be my favorite. Daily Blast Live. I mean,
Daily Blast.
Like, literally, it sounds like you're masturbating. Hey, did you have your Daily Blast today?
Like on Cam, like Daily Blast Live.
Yeah. Like, hey, bro, what's up? Did you daily blast yet? No, I got just daily blast.
Ah, I'm doing my daily blast in an hour. Woohoo!
Got daily blast before I go to the bar in case I meet somebody.
In case I don't, then I'm not uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. Lost and Concurs continuing says, no HOH, comps for immunity, have not comps. Everyone goes to the GR to nominate 2 people. Top 2 names of the nominees for the week. Well, that sounds very BBUK to me. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I think they need to just, Marinara says, I think they need to just find somebody new like Arissa, period. Well, we'll see. Look, I think it's a moot point. I think Julie's not going anywhere. I think the show is coming back, and all of this was just a desperate plea for attention.
What would Julie do if she didn't have the talk and didn't have Big Brother? Sit at home with her husband who did all these awful things?
She would sit at home
and just stare at him? What? I wouldn't want to sit there and stare at him. I would keep all my shows, and he could sit at home and... What was she gonna... What? So she's sitting around, he's the only thing to touch? I mean, my God, no.
She's going to sit around and count her millions. She can do whatever she wants. She's like a billionaire.
But she needs to travel a lot.
Now, are you... I don't even know that we're allowed to have this conversation, but what do we care? Are you one that... Like, I feel like there are 2 camps of people. There are camps of people that say, you know, Julie standing by her husband, supporting her family and her children is the right way to go. And then there are other people who say Julie is just as bad as he is for being involved in it and standing by and letting this happen and never speaking up. Because... I think either way, people assume Julie knew this is happening. Like, everyone in the network seems to know it's happening, ergo, there's no way Julie didn't know. So, do you think that she knew, she didn't know, she's responsible, she's not responsible?
Well, I mean, some of them are, I think, just before they were married, too.
So I'm pretty sure it's been going on the whole time.
Well, it could be, yes. But as far as, you know, is this more of a Hillary and Bill Clinton thing where,
no.
You know, it's...
No.
And then she forgave him and stuck by her husband and her family and they're together now? I don't know all the details. Is he, like Weinstein? I don't think maybe he's that bad, is he? I don't know. I'd heard of stuff that was a lot older, like years and years ago, that these women are coming out, that it happened, yeah. So I don't know if it's as bad as Weinstein, if I have to compare it, or then with the Clintons. Do you know what I mean? So
let's say it's somewhere in the middle of 1 time Bill Clinton and 1,000,000 times Weinstein. Now, how do you feel?
Well, how many allegations are there now?
Oh, probably over 100.
Really? Against less?
Yes. I wouldn't say 100. I'd say there's at least like 40, 50 now.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know.
And then all the Janet Jackson stuff. I mean, there's a lot that's came out. Let me, okay, chat room is saying 13. I thought there was a lot more than 13.
Yeah, I thought it was around 7 or 13.
Let me put it to you this way. It's going to be a lot more. I mean, look, it came out and they were like, that's it, there's no more. Now the new ones came out. I think there's going to be more and more that keep coming out. Look, the number is irrelevant. The question that was brought up to us, John, was, do you feel that, you know, Julie's complacent in it? Or what would you do if you were Julie?
Well, you know, I don't know whether she knew or not. She probably didn't want to know.
Right.
But now that this is all surfaced, I think it'd be more like if he's convicted, then I'm going to have a better chance of getting what I want in the divorce kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know that they're not having sex in bed, right? You know that's not good. They're probably sleeping in separate rooms. Nothing like that's happening right now during all of this. So I don't know. But I don't think she's very happy. She might be publicly saying, I love my husband and this and that, but when she's going home, she's just like, let go of my hand. Let go of my hand. Still touching me.
So you would not stay together for the children, or you would?
Well, how old are their children?
Who knows? Chat room,
28?
how old
28?
are their children? I have a feeling they're young. I mean, they've got to be young. I
They're
don't.
old. How? What do you mean?
You think they're old? The chat room will tell us in 1 minute. They have a young son, says Nicole. Well, that's not helping. A
Young
9, one son, 9.
10-year.
All right, let's say chat room seems to be averaging between 6 and 9.
Charlie's 8. Charlie's 8.
Yeah, we also got Charlie's 7, Charlie's
First of all,
11.
if your relationship isn't working, you should not stay together for the young children. It's probably worse
Of course,
than
it's
anything.
worse.
Yeah, they're gonna have that child will have a better relationship with each parent if both parents are separated and happier. First of all,
Correct.
yeah,
100%.
yeah.
100%.
So I think I think she and her son are sleeping in the master bedroom, and Les is downstairs in the guest room by the rec room by the pool table, and
Oh, is
there's
that
not a
what you
lot of
think?
talking going. There's not a lot of talking going.
You think someone with his personality is going to be like, oh, I'm going to go sleep in the doghouse? I have a feeling he's like, I'm going to do whatever the hell I want, and you can go wherever you want.
Probably. My own island, whatever.
I don't know. I feel like I get staying for your family, but if I
don't.
was Julie, I would probably want to set an example and be like, this is not okay. At some point, you have to be like, I'm going to do what's right. And unfortunately, you kind of chose your life to live in the public eye, and now you should, I feel, make the public decision that empowers people, not that makes you look complacent in abuse.
I mean, my mother did not, mess around and left my father when he was screwing around, and both divorced and were happier. And look how well adjusted I am.
Well, John, there's something I need to tell you. The person your mother was screwing around with was me. Now, how do you feel?
I don't know, Dad.
Oh. That'd be even possible? I don't think so. Didn't Julie get with... I mean, sure, they definitely have their history. He was married when they met.
Mm-hmm.
And then he became not married, and then they became married.
And then he became handsy.
Womp womp. She'll leave and stay on the shows. If she's with him, she leaves, says Elle. I kind of agree with that. I kind of think, like, if Julie... I'm thinking about, like, a network and what network and executives and all of those people are going to say. I have a feeling they care about how the situation is perceived by the public. And I think if Julie is staying with someone who is accused of these crimes, CBS is probably going to say, you can stay with him, that's great. Then we don't think it's
Just
a
stay
good look
home
for
with
our
him.
show. Right. So I do kind of agree with that. I feel like if that's what happens, then I think Julie will not be part of the shows going forward. And maybe if she does leave him, then she will.
But I mean, isn't the question, and this is something you brought up earlier, because when we think of Julie Chen, we also do think of Big Brother. Do you think the show will have as big an impact as it's had with her as the host? Or
Oh, I
is
think
that
it'll
gonna,
be better.
you think it'll be better?
Oh, I think this... Look, I say this with love for Julie until a while ago. I don't think she's very relatable to a lot of people.
Well, that's why she's got the chin bot.
Right. I don't think she's
Nickname.
relatable. I mean,
Yeah.
I think people go out of their way to watch Big Brother Canada. Yes, because they love Big Brother Canada, but I think also because Arissa as a host is so engaging with fans and welcoming and supportive of the
With
show.
us.
Yeah, with us. Like, I just think being a good host of a show and, like, just showing the fans that you care about it goes a long way. And I feel like it's very obvious for Julie it's a job.
Of
It's a
course.
job.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hosting job.
No, but you're right. I mean, as far as how things will fall, if she sticks with her husband, she's most likely going to be gone.
Right.
But yes.
I'm excited for a new host. Julie is not BB. BB is Summer. That's a good way to put it. BB is Summer. I agree with that. Allison R says Les was in a power struggle with the majority owner of CBS. He lost. I'm pretty sure that that owner will reshape. The board of directors will want to get rid of her. I don't know necessarily, but I think it will. I think it will depend, like I said, on how she handles the situation publicly. Why are you looking at me like that?
No, I was doing that face because of the power struggle and all that. It was my kind of my dynasty face.
Your dynasty phase. Got it. Julie only likes the talk, says Mandy. I agree. I think Julie is way better on the talk.
More
Again,
relatable.
she is more relatable. Then again, if you believe the rumors and the stories that are out there, she kind of like controls what they talk about and yada yada yada. So I mean, we'll see.
What happened to Jason Roy's Twitter?
I guess chat room is saying Jason's Twitter account was blocked or banned. I have no idea.
But Trump's isn't.
I have no idea. I don't really think that that's true. So let me go back to Big Brother now that we went off on these side topics for a moment.
Sure.
Let's go back to, so we know that Casey was HOH. Are you surprised at all by a Casey HOH?
Oh, gosh, that's such a good question. I was a little surprised.
You were.
But you know what? When she got it, oh my gosh, they need to get rid of her. If any of them want a chance to win the game now, they have to get rid of her. So, and I thought the way she did her HOH, I thought her nominations, least blood on her hands. She has the least blood, period. And in a bitter jury that we've seen the last several years, Tyler, Angela, Brett, even old JC needs to get rid of her. Everybody, even Sam.
So do you think that by her really going for this week's HOH and winning it, she just hurt her game? Like, do you think if she would have thrown it, she could be in a better position?
Listen, I think that if the other folks like Angela and Tyler and Brett were really truly, at this point should stop thinking so alliance member-y now and really start thinking who's going to get the best votes on the jury. But they're still in level 6.
Right.
So is it, to me and what I'm seeing and hearing, is it going to really hurt her game? No, because, they're kind of waiting for level 6 to get rid of everyone and then they'll go after each other. Mm-hmm. But I think that what they should have been doing is, okay, you know what, especially now, Casey's a threat. Instead of maybe getting out Sam or JC next week, they need to focus on Casey because nobody left in the house has a chance against Casey. It's my opinion.
I agree with you. I think if whoever is sitting next to Casey in the end is screwed.
Anybody,
especially since we know, spoiler alert, Casey's also the person that won POV. So, I mean, how many comp wins is Casey going to have before...
3 vetoes in a row? 3? In a row.
In a row, to boot. I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I think Casey wins this game hands down. And I mean, maybe she doesn't need any help. There's only 2 weeks left. She only needs to win one more POV.
Mm-hmm.
And then, well, I guess 2 more POVs gets her to the finale. Yeah. I think it's doable. She's been steamrolling every competition she's allowed to play in so far.
Yeah.
Would you want a Casey win over a Tyler win?
Ooh.
It's easy for me. I would.
You want a Casey win?
I honestly, at this point, I feel like Casey deserves the win more than Tyler does. Yeah. I know that's shocking. I didn't think I'd say that either.
I'm shocked because, and I agree with you. I mean, she's got an HOH under her belt now. She's got less blood on her hands.
She's got a jury that loves her, that doesn't
She's
feel
got a
she's responsible for anything.
Absolutely. So, you know what? As far as her gameplay, I agree with you. Yeah.
I think it is
I've
brilliant.
just been rooting for Tyler for so long that it was a little hard for me to stray a little
I,
bit.
I felt this coming for a while. I've literally
Yeah.
felt this coming for 2 weeks, that if Casey comes alive and she starts winning stuff, she's going to be the one to beat. And while I
Mhm.
respect Tyler's game, and we could not argue that Tyler made all these moves and Tyler put all these plans into effect and blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? Casey didn't have to do any of that, still made it, and got people to like her.
Was she even in that many goodbye messages? I mean,
Nope.
she was under the radar
And
and was
that
even called a kind of a floater at one point.
Yeah, she
Right?
was called
Yeah.
furniture. Her and Angela were furniture, which we
Hmm.
said is what you want to be in Big Brother until jury starts, and that's what
In the
Casey
beginning,
did.
absolutely.
That's what Casey did. Mama T says Tyler doesn't even talk to house guests before they leave, and Casey does. True, Tyler does have a horrible jury management.
Well, their comments too.
Right, their comments are horrific.
Outgoing messages, yeah.
Now, again, John, I always get scared when we have to talk about this topic when you come on, but JC has been getting into more trouble again lately. JC pissing people off left and right. Now,
What has he done? What has the little guy done now?
well, I'm going to say this. I don't love JC. Not really a huge JC fan. However, he did do this today, which meant a lot to me. He did make a little September
Yes.
11th memorial in the room, which... All right, JC. I see you. I think you're pandering to your base, but still.
We're the base.
No, I'm not his base.
He's our people.
He's our bottom. If you can get down that low.
But not foundation.
No. No. Not a huge JC
But
fan.
Casey's our people too.
Right, which is why I'm so much more on board rooting for KC than I am that Yellow Brick Road
But
thing.
listen, okay, and I know he's had comments, and I know things have been taken out of context, and I know he also has had points where, yeah, you know what, it's just inappropriate, and I get it and stuff. But as far as him being manipulative, or are we going to give him any credit with that? Are we
No.
going to give any credit with, kind of, finagling Fessy to get rid of Scotty? I mean,
No!
he had a hand in that. It was
He had a
tiny
hand in that.
a little hand, but it was a hand.
That is like us playing a game of poker, you winning, and I say, John, I brought the deck over, therefore I have a hand in you winning.
You don't think he got in Fessy's ear and built all that Scotty stuff up? Which happened to be true.
That was there. That was a thing that happened.
But he fanned the flames. He doesn't get any
Okay.
credit? None? Not even a little.
Yeah, I'm saying he can have a little. Is
Not
he
even a
the
tiny
master?
bit. No, I didn't say mastermind. I didn't say that.
That is literally your exact question.
I never
was,
said mastermind.
Do I think he's the mastermind?
No, I never said mastermind. I just said I think that, do we give him a little credit for, kind of trying to bring Brett over even though it was stupid, or even trying to talk to Tyler. But he's trying. He doesn't have a lot of tools in his toolbox. But I think the whole thing with Scotty fanning the flames with that, I thought was, I'm trying to think of some good things to say.
No, I agree with you. Is he playing a game? Yeah, because look at how long he's lasted. He's basically going to make it to finale. So you cannot argue the fact
we compared his game to like Victoria's, who's playing a better game.
He's playing a better game than Victoria played.
Yeah, okay.
For sure, because at least he was trying to make moves that were his own, whereas Victoria just did whatever Derek said.
Right.
So yeah, sure, playing a better game. I'm just saying he's not the mastermind. I don't understand.
No, I never said that.
I don't understand why Big Brother gives him that edit, except for the fact that they want to watch his fall.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know once Haley goes, now there's no one for level 6 to go against. They needed to start building JC up so that they have something to knock down when she's gone so that we can still have that who's going against level 6 thing. Which I think production put in their ears because on the feeds yesterday, Tyler and Angela and I think Casey were kind of saying, oh, as soon as Haley and Sam go, we're going to have to sit JC down and tell him about level 6. And, oh, God, I can't wait.
See, I was hoping that Sam was going to flip out like she threatened to do in her thing.
Please.
That she would start ripping out down doors and stuff. And I was like, yes, let's see that.
Please. Sam is not... Now, I think, would Sam lose it and get nasty if she was blindsided? 100%. But I think Tyler is aware of that and will not let that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Or blindside her and get her out. Like, maybe give her 3 seconds to walk out the door. There's not that much she can destroy on her way out as far as games go.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't think she's going to.
We're going to see next week, especially, if Casey winning this HOH this week, if Casey winning the veto, and of course keeping her nominations the same, if it hurt her game. Because she's either going to have 5 targets on her back, or she's still going to have her alliance members keeping her safe until JC and Sam get out, and then they're all going to say, okay, we're going to play, okay, now it's everyone's, against each other kind of thing, and we'll keep it sportsmanship, right?
100%. I think that's how it will go.
But they should all go, if they want to win, Angela, Tyler, Brett, they should all, they need to get Casey out next week. They should blindside her.
100%.
Yeah. But do I want them to? Personally, no. I like Casey.
Correct. I honestly, I'm trying to think of how to help level 6 win. Yes, I do believe you need to get out Casey and Brett. In other words, if Tyler and Angela want a chance of winning, they need to get out Casey and Brett. I think that's the only way that they win. Obviously, they're going to be able to beat Sam. And they're going to be able to beat JC. I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, chat room, JC has not won one thing this entire season.
JC hasn't won anything.
Correct. So you drag JC and you drag Sam to the end. You don't take Casey, you don't take Tyler, you don't take Angela, you don't like...
Definitely don't take... Yeah, no.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. I saw somebody ask, I think it was Liza said, do you think that they're going to tell people like Tyler and Angela about the hurricane? As far as I understand, in past seasons, it's up to the families. Like, if they're... if the family members want them to know, if there's a natural disaster, first of all, I'm pretty sure the hurricane has to be considered a natural disaster. They're not just going to be like, tell them a hurricane's supposed to hit. So, like, I think it has to hit, be actually considered a natural disaster, and then it's up to the family members if they are told or not. And why would you tell them?
If everyone's safe, why would you tell them?
Right, why would you tell them? So that they can just sit there and worry.
Even if it's happening, then what? Oh, by the way, it's in the path in the middle of towards your mom's house. Play the game. There's nothing you can
do. You literally are 2 weeks away from $500,000, which we're gonna need to redo our house. But here's here's a huge burden to put on your mind.
So stay focused. You're almost there.
Yeah, I would never, never, never tell anybody playing Big Brother, like, anything tragic. I would let them get through it and try and win that money, and then...
No, and we've seen in the past where some family members passing away and they've left.
Sure, we've seen that.
Yeah, we've seen that where they can say goodbye and stuff, but...
That I understand, sure. If it's like a family member and you know that this family member only has like a certain amount of... Sure, 100%, then I get you telling them. But like, there's a hurricane, no. No.
Batten down the hatches.
They didn't tell Josh about the hurricane last year, says Sweet Shelley. Well, that was Josh's family did not want him to know. So again, that's the difference. It's all about You as a family member can contact production and request that the people in the house be known about any medical emergency or national disaster. Those are the two things they're allowed to be known about.
Mm-hmm.
Medical, and then allegedly they might be able to talk to family members when they get to jury. Allegedly. But as long as
Or
it's
even
not,
like what, 9/11 as well?
sure. Sure, they told Monica because she had cousin that was
Mm-hmm.
there. I mean
Yeah,
that was what I mean. That's the precedent. That's what started all of this.
right.
So no surprise that KC won. One POV again, continuing to build her resume. Also, not surprised that she did not change her original noms of Haley and Sam.
And Haley's the target.
And of course, Haley's the target. Do you think that Haley is the smart target?
I think Haley is the smart target because she's going to get the least amount of blood. If they sit there and go back and say, why did you nominate Haley? Be like, well, she nominated me. She changed my vote. Haley has done stuff to Casey, so she is the smart target. And she's a hell of a comp player. You want those people out at this point. So
I agree.
absolutely. Yeah.
I agree. If you're trying to get to the end of the game, unfortunately, Haley is who you take out now. I mean, I literally think you could take a big wet paper bag, throw it over Sam and say, get out of the paper bag. That's the competition. And she'd be like, I love this paper bag. I can paper mache with it.
Inside, and I could live in it. It'd be like a little condo or like the little trailer I live back at home.
Every time there's a breeze, it's like air conditioning because the bag's wet.
I could pop little holes on each side and get it cross breezed.
You can poke a hole in the bottom and daily blast into the bag.
You mean watch Jeff's show?
Fingers crossed, it's Tyler. Oh, God.
Or Brett, or both.
There's two. I can put an extra hole. Yeah.
That's my ears out of Wet Willie.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Sam can go. I mean, what was the whole point of her on the last show when she was just like, "It's another Thursday. I didn't cry." That was the whole scene.
I don't know where I am with everybody in the house.
That was the entire scene.
All I see is the robot face now. Whenever she talks like
Can't stand her voice.
I just see the robot smile. Well, I guess I don't really know where I stand.
I can't stand her. I can't stand her voice.
Yeah.
Can't stand.
Tyler was my friend. I don't really talk to Tyler anymore.
You're not friend. You're only friends with the guys. You're not friends with any of the girls. You don't care where any of the girls
I don't
go.
like the way that the girls treat the guys, but there's hardly any girls left that like guys.
I don't even understand where what you were talking about came from. How you were saying she was in the DR, being like, I'm gonna rip the doors off the hinges. I'm gonna flip. Like, where did that even come from? Because normally you don't ever care about anything.
I know. Well, it's hard. It's hard to plan. It just kind of pops up there.
I have no clue what is happening with her. Who do you think will go next, Sam or JC? So let's just assume Haley's going. We know it's double eviction this Thursday, so Haley's going to go, followed immediately by someone else. Who do you think is going to be the double eviction victim?
Well, I think one of them, either Sam or JC, will be, one of them. And it's probably going to be JC. I think JC has just been annoying, a little more paranoid in the house than maybe Sam has. I mean, she's cleaning. Why get rid of her? Mm-hmm. You never get rid of the maid. Until the very end. So I think, with all the stuff that JC's done and being annoying and trying to get in people's ears, everybody's kind of sick of it. I think he's going to go next. And then I think it's going to be kind of a double elimination, right?
Well, that's what double elimination means.
Okay, sorry.
Haley goes to the beginning of the episode, right at the start. And
I think it's going to be JC and one of level 6.
Now, personally, I agree with you. I think if Brett wins, I can see Brett taking a shot at Tyler and Angela.
Yeah, and maybe even backdooring one of them.
Or 100%. I can
Yeah.
also see if Tyler or Angela win
Hmm.
using JC
Hmm.
to take a meaning, like if they think in some way they can help JC win it, I think they might knowing that JC will take the shot at
Yeah.
Angela and Casey for Tyler.
Right.
But my point is I don't see any benefit to Tyler winning this
No.
unless he's scared of Brett taking a shot at him.
And I think that's the only thing. I think if Brett wins, he's going to go after someone of level 6.
Correct. I do agree with you. I think if we're to believe Brett's DR, which I believe from his last episode, he did say, "How do I make it to the end of this game? I am on the bottom of the totem pole with these people." I think Brett realizes he needs to take a shot against Tyler and Angela. And unfortunately, I don't think he realizes how close Casey is in
Hmm.
with them as well.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I don't see Tyler wanting an HOH win into the final four HOH. Well, I don't know about that because he stupidly won the swing, which if he had one brain cell of good gameplay in his brain, he would have given that shit to Haley and let Haley fire the shot to knock someone off his side, and he didn't. It
Yeah.
never would have been him.
Yep.
Never would have been him.
Because they're sticking to that alliance. They should be thinking out of the alliance right now. And I think out of all of them, I think Brett is. And I think with these two wins with Casey, I think it has put a spotlight on her, especially to Brett. And I think that Brett, if he wins something next week, will take a shot. And it should be at Casey if he has any chance.
So, okay, so now I know that's what you're saying you think will happen. What do you want to happen? Like, if you could take your dream double eviction scenario, what would it be? Who wins and who goes out? Like, who wins, who do they send home?
Well, right now, I want to, Tyler, Angela, Brett, and Casey are all just really strong competitors. I want Sam and JC can go away now.
Oh,
Okay, we're done.
really?
And I want to see all four of them go after each other.
All right. I mean, that's a good point. I do hate it. I would hate for someone like Sam to get dragged to the end. I agree with you on
Mhm.
that. But in my dream scenario, I would want Brett to win. I would want him to put up Tyler and Angela.
Hmm.
And actually, I would want Angela to go because I feel like that's going to give us good feeds. It's going to
Hmm.
give Brett nowhere to go. It's going to give the remaining level 6 being pissed at Brett. Brett's going to need to try and rein that Sam and JC relationship in to go against Casey and
Hmm.
Tyler. Like I think it would get I think that's the situation that gives us the best feeds. It has to be a Brett or a JC or a Sam taking a shot at level 6. If it's anybody in level 6 taking a shot at those other people, it doesn't matter because they don't have the numbers, so they're just going to roll over and die. There's not going to be a fight.
Well, no, and I agree with you, but I think level 6, if anybody in level 6 wants to win the game, they need to get rid of Casey. They need to start thinking that way
Mm-hmm.
because she will win out of any of them. And I
I
think
agree.
Brett's the smartest one to see that. I think Angela and Tyler are in each other's, heads too much. They're in each other's heads too much, and they're not
Hilton
really
Head?
seeing it. Yeah. And is that not how heterosexuals do? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, Casey, they need to start getting rid of her. If they don't, and they get rid of Sam and JC first, the fact that Casey's such a strong comp piece, it just limits their chances of getting her out to win. So they need to start thinking about that early.
Well, it's going to be exciting. It is going to be
It
our
is.
Super Bowl
Yay.
this Thursday, John. I cannot wait to see what happens. I think it's going to be really good.
Me too.
Um, okay, so I'm going to say that, make sure you guys are, like we said, subscribed here on You Now so you're alerted when I go live. I'm live every single day talking Big Brother, reality TV. I also want to talk American Horror Story.
Oh, Apocalypse.
Of course,
So
John's
excited.
cooking shows are on You Now,
Yes.
so you need to become a fan over there. You get alerted every time we go live, or if you subscribe over there, you can watch every single show back, or just check out our website, yourrealityrecaps.com/BB20. That's where the BB20 shows will be. It's where the flashback times are. Becca's blogs are there, recap and spoiler blogs, flashback times. Did I say that? Spoiler graphics, old shows where the house gets made.
Good.
Every
And we're actually going to be cooking a Marley Spoon Martha Stewart meal next week.
Tuesday at 8 at 7
yes,
p.m. Eastern.
Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific.
Okay, we are cooking a Marley Spoon, a Martha Stewart meal, which we will be
And then
giving away.
And we'll give away a meal kit for the week also.
Well, I think we're giving one away right now. We said at the beginning of this show, it
We
is
sure did.
going to the #1 fan, which is Becca.
Yay!
Congratulations, Becca, winning a week's worth of Marley Spoon Martha Stewart meals. Congratulations, Becca, being #1 fan.
DM me, Becca, Comedy Jonah, and send me your email.
DM John, Becca, and of course, become a patron, like we said, if you want access to the patron-only Facebook group, prize giveaways, where the after shows will be with the house guests. They're going to be starting right after finale. And as you know, John, the after shows are where it's at.
Oh, the after shows are so where it's at.
And sometimes John does surprise shows in the patron group, too. It's not just me that does the weekly patron shows.
No.
Sometimes John will pop up a surprise show in the patron group.
But when the house guests know that it's not public and it's only for a few selected, they talk some real stuff.
Oh, we can't talk about that. And of course, lastly, you can always do a one-time donation at yourrealityrecaps.com/PayPal, which at some point I should check. I don't even check because no one ever does it. Somebody was like, I sent you something a month ago, and I went, oh, I just never check because no one ever does it. But we love you guys. Of course, we will be back. I'm probably, when we have double eviction, I like to go live before double eviction. I like to go live after double eviction. So I have a feeling we'll be having a lot more shows. Hopefully, John will join me again for them.
I would love it.
We will see all of you guys later, of course. I will be live again later tonight on You Now, so make sure you become a fan over there. We will see all of you guys all later. John, you're going to be in silence for about 20 seconds. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.